there had been a denial that this kidnapping had taken place. Now we have identities of those who are missing.
So when we say Nigeria happened, I'm sure some people will go mad by saying Nigeria happened, but Nigeria happens to all of us one way or the other when you have a denial. Prior to this case, don't forget, Reverend Archie's wife was just recently released. 2 million ransom was paid. There was another kidnapping that happened around there, I think on that same morning. Cumulatively, there's a demand for over 150 million ransom. And when this happened, the security forces, the Christian missions that went in there, said they saw the security forces coming out with the local government chairman. And it was said that the villagers were told to deny what happened. The police even came out denying. I mean, in what country on earth does a kidnapping happen and the state try to play politics and deny it? And thanks to the people that stood firm and had to release the names of those kidnapped in Cherubim Church 1 and 2 and Ekwa. And guess what? Most of these churches have affiliations with charity organizations in America. They know what has happened. So when we try to spin and say it's one screwdriver seller somewhere that is writing all the reports, I'm sure they know what is happening, because the Christian mission that first went on site and on the scene have affiliations all around the world. And that's the sad reality of this country. The fact that people try to play politics with human lives. They've kidnapped people, How can we get them out? So I know the state government now will start the song and dance. This kidnapping is going on the heels of the fact that they just negotiated with these same bandits or criminals. So can you see that the negotiation with the bandits, that former CDS Musa was correct and the defense minister was correct? And the negotiation with the bandits does not work? And the state tried as much as possible to cover this, which is a shame on all of us all. So when I say Nigeria happened, and people say, oh, we shouldn't talk like that, but it's the true reality, and we keep being brutally honest. Please, we'd like to call on the government to ensure that those people come back home. As regards the giant stride made in the Niger Delta, yes, we have seen some stride made as regards nipping in the bud the activities of saboteurs, those that destroy our pipelines and all of that. And in all regards, I'm going to give due commendation to the military. But there are still a lot of matters pending in that region that we have not sorted out. If you remember the issue that happened around Delta states where people were killed, those matters have not been sorted out largely. Those matters were just swept under the carpets. Only God knows what transpired. So, and the last part of it, I mean, you expect military spokesperson to be able to toot their horn and say what they are doing. But the part I don't get is that when did the military start becoming NUPRC that tells us that crude oil production went to 2.2 million barrels? And based on the stats, maybe the military can correct me, or NUPRC, the average production was about 1.4 in December. In fact, I think it was 1.422 in December. I think it was 1.43 something in November. So where did that military officer saw 2.2 million barrels? Because when I saw that, at first I cleaned my eye again and I looked, 2.2 million barrels. Nigeria don't better be that. We don't hit target be that. Please, everybody should stay within their bounds. As for Atiku Abubakar, the truth has to be said. Yes, it is good to call for party unity. I don't believe in bickering among political opponents. I think people should face the fact of what you're going to do. But the point raised by Ado is very correct. The ADC will have to prove us wrong. I think there's going to be an impending implosion in the ADC. Because whoever emerges, others too that want the same ticket as the presidential candidate will want to go and look for opportunities elsewhere. And it's just only pure and simple. So that implosion might still probably be on the way, except the ADC prove us wrong. And I will want to be proven wrong. It's going to be a double delight for me to be proven wrong. But currently on ground, based on the empirical facts I see, everybody, I mean, Amechi is jostling for it. There are still going to be other major contenders also jostling for it. There is Peter Obi in the fray. A lot of people are saying, no, it's a fait accompli for Atiku already. He's saying, oh, no, I have to compete effectively. But that's why I sense the inflation. But if they can come together, maybe it might be the rallying point, but time will tell. They will have to prove us wrong on that.
Okay, let me first deal with the military through the general in charge of Operation Delta Safe, they call it, that's Major General Eneka, saying that because of the activities of Operation Delta Safe, they've been able to ensure smooth operation in the Niger Delta region, and that since January 24, 2025, he put a date to it, that there has been no pipeline vandalism for more or less a whole year now, and that Nigeria has been able to increase its production to 2.2 million barrels per day. However, two questions. The bona fide of the military general to even talk in this regard. Where was the Nigerian military at the time the Nigerian government decided to secure the services of independent security operators, namely, in this case, the Tantita Security Services? Now, Tantita Security Services was engaged as a result of the abdication of responsibility, inefficiency of the state authorities, and that was why the Nigerian government decided to go to, private operators. It seems to me, therefore, that the more important information that can be given in this regard is not the Nigerian military. We would like to hear what the private contractors would say in terms of how that region is safe. Now, the second point is about this 2.2 million that General Eneka is claiming. Now, 2.2 million barrels per day. But we are not meeting OPEC quota. We are not meeting OPEC quota. So there's also that discrepancy that indicates that this may just be propaganda on the part of the Nigerian army, claiming credit for perhaps what it knows nothing about. I think on this particular subject, we would all be on terra firma if the military is ready to provide information in terms of daily production schedule and what is achieved, what is exported. So in other words, there are gray areas that General Eneka did not address that makes whatever submissions he has made on this issue of safety or theft and operations in the Niger Delta come across as propaganda. Now, Atiku Abubakar, with regard to the ADC, says that persons should stop criticizing Mr. Peter Obi and other players within the ADC who are seeking the presidential, position of that platform. Yes, well, talking like a statesman, he seems to be saying the right thing. However, he accuses the APC. He says the APC bandits, he calls them. APC bandits, he calls them. And he says, oh, those ones are the ones working very hard to sustain a satanic status quo. He himself was sounding almost like the people he was trying to admonish. But the main person who made the point against Mr. Peter Obi is a gentleman called Umar Ado, who is the convener of the National Democratic League. And his simple point is that Peter Obi stands no chance, to the extent that the only way he can become the presidential candidate of the ADC, African Democratic Congress, is if Atiku steps down. In other words, Umar Ado is an apologist, he's a supporter of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. And therefore, it makes sense for the principal who is being promoted to step in and say, no, we do not want this kind of politics within the party, because there are other contenders. Apart from Atiku Abubakar, you have Mr. Amechi, Rotimi Amechi, former governor, former speaker of Rivers State, former minister of transportation, who is interested. You have Senator David Mark, the chairman of the party, who is also reportedly interested in the position of presidential candidacy of the ADC. You also have Nasir El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State. However, what this means is that we should expect a battle royale as the ADC goes forward with its party primaries. I think the party primaries will come up May, June. However, the point However, the point that is established is that Mr. Peter Obi is an asset to the party, as his own supporters have also, admitted and have also put out in terms of, what their own position is. So we look forward to see the kind of